Its Roy Kopp from Belgium is 5th. Its Mark in Schwantz curve is 5th. Its Street 0 BBY is P7. Its Darren Banks in Starkey's Strait is P3. Its Paul Field is 6th. Its Street 0 BBY is P7. Its Street 0 BBY lost 7th to Duke, Lan. Its Darren Banks in Wheatcroft Strait is P4, 0.3 behind Roy Kopp. Its Duke, Lan, in Hollywood is 7th, 0.3 behind Paul Field. Its Paul Field is P7, 0.2 behind Duke, Lan. Its Street 0 BBY from United Kingdom is P8, 0.4 behind Paul Field. Its Duke, Lan, in Starkey's Strait is P7, 0.2 behind Paul Field. Its Duke, Lan, past Paul Field for P6. Its Street 0 BBY is P8. Its Street 0 BBY past Duke, Lan, for P7. Its Duke, Lan, is 8th. Its Jake Webster in Redgate is P2, 0.5 behind Andy. Jake Webster's 0.6 faster last lap. Its Mark in Craner curves is P5, 0.4 behind Darren Banks. Its Roy Kopp in Schwantz curve is 2nd, 0.2 behind Jake Webster. Its Mark from United Kingdom is 5th, 0.3 behind Darren Banks. Its Roy Kopp in Starkey's Strait is 2nd, 0.4 behind Jake Webster. It's 15 minutes remaining in the session. Its mark is P5. Best lap is a 1:48.792. 1.037 off the fastest lap. Its Roy Kopp in Goddard's is 2nd, 0.4 behind Jake Webster. It's Andy in Wheatcroft straight on lap 4 is P3, 0.4 behind Roy Kopp. Its mark is 5th, 0.7 behind Darren Banks. Its Roy Kopp in Stark is straight is P2, 0.7 behind Jake Webster. Its mark is 5th, 0.4 behind Darren Banks. Its Roy Kopp is 2nd, 0.4 behind Jake Webster. Its mark in Wheatcroft straight is 5th, 0.4 behind Darren Banks. Its Roy Kopp in Craner Curves is 2nd, 0.3 behind Jake Webster. Its mark is P5, 0.5 behind Darren Banks. Its Roy Kopp is P2, 0.1 behind Jake Webster. Its mark in Stark is straight is 5th, 0.2 behind Darren Banks. Its Roy Kopp is 3rd, 0.1 behind Andy. Its mark is 5th, 0.4 behind Darren Banks. Its Roy Kopp in Wheatcroft straight is 2nd battling Andy. Its Andy is P3, 0.3 behind Roy Kopp. Its Darren Banks is P5, 0.5 behind Mark. Its Duke, Lan, in Stark his Brig is P8, 0.4 behind Street 0 BBY. It's 10 minutes remaining in the session. Its Darren Banks in Coppice is 5th, 0.3 behind Mark. Its Roy Kopp is P2, 0.4 behind Jake Webster. It's Darren Banks in Melbourne. Hairpin is P5, 0.4 behind mark. It's Roy Coppin Wheatcroft straight on lap 6 is P2, 0.5 behind Jake Webster. It's Darren Banks in Regate is 5th, 0.3 behind mark. It's Roy Coppin Old Hairpin is 2nd, 0.5 behind Jake Webster. It's Darren Banks from United Kingdom is 5th, 0.1 behind mark. It's Paul Field is 6th, 0.5 behind Darren Banks. It's Darren Banks in Starkey Straight is 5th, 0.1 behind mark. It's Paul Field is P6, 0.2 behind Darren Banks. It's Darren Banks is P5. It's Paul Field in Wheatcroft Straight is 6th, 0.5 behind Darren Banks. It's Darren Banks in Crane Curves is 5th. Best lap is a 1:48.561. 1.494 of the fastest lap. It's Paul Field in Starkey's Brig is P6, 0.2 behind Darren Banks. It's Roy Coppin Fergati S's is P2, 0.5 behind Jake Webster. It's Darren Banks is P5, 0.2 behind mark. It's Paul Field is 6th, 0.5 behind Darren Banks. It's Roy Coppin Regate is 2nd, 0.2 behind Jake Webster. Roy Copp was 0.9 faster last lap. Its mark is P5, 0.3 ahead of Paul Field. It's 5 minutes remaining in the session. It's Paul Field in Old Hairpin is 6th, 0.5 behind mark. It's Jake Webster in Coppice is 2nd, 0.4 behind Roy Copp. Its mark from United Kingdom in Stark is straight is P5, 0.2 ahead of Paul Field. Its Paul Field is P6, 0.1 behind mark. Its mark is P5, 0.2 ahead of Paul Field. Its Paul Field is 6th, 0.3 behind mark. Its mark in Regate is P5, 0.4 ahead of Paul Field. Its Paul Field is 6th, 0.2 behind mark. Its mark in McLean's is P5, 0.1 behind Darren Banks. Its Paul Field from United Kingdom in Copies is P6, 0.3 behind mark. Its mark in Fogarty S's is P5, 0.2 behind Darren Banks. Its Paul Field in Melbourne Hairpin is P6, 0.3 behind mark. Its Darren Banks in Goddard's is P5, 0.1 behind mark. Its Darren Banks passed mark for P4. Its mark in Regate is P5, 0.2 behind Darren Banks. Its mark is now 5th. Its mark entering the pits is 1st. Its Jake Webster is P3, 0.9 behind Roy Kopp. Its Darren Banks is 6th, 2.2 behind Paul Field. Its Jake Webster from United Kingdom in Goddard's is 3rd, 0.9 behind Roy Kopp. Its Jake Webster is now P2. Its Steve J in Stark is straight is P9. It's Jake Webster is P2, 0.6 behind Roy Cobb. The leader has just finished the race. Roy Cobb finished first. It's Jake Webster finished P2. It's Andy finished P3. It's Paul Field finished P4. It's Darren Banks finished 5th. It's Duke Nan finished 6th. It's Street 0 BBY finished 7th. It's Steve J is 8th. It's Steve J finished P8.